Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mama Christine's podcast, Living Life Through Experience, Season 2, Episode 4. Oh, the time is flying by, isn't it? This is the podcast where I talk to you about experiences in life. Whether it's something I have experienced and maybe what I did with it helps you, or a situation that I do know of where maybe their answer helps you as well. Somehow it all comes together, and it's all about learning. It really is. It's learning. It's good living life through experience. We don't learn until we actually experience certain things. So that's what this podcast is all about. And we talk about it through positive means, through spiritual means, through life coaching, spiritual coaching, intuition, you name it. That's what we do. So we start always with a card. Here we go. What do we got for today? Wise decision. Wise decision. So, if for some reason you happen to be watching this podcast right now and this card comes up, does it make sense to you? Maybe there's something you've been contemplating, like, should I be doing this? Should I let go of that? Should I? Yes. Or maybe you made a choice and you're going, I hope it's the right thing. Yes. Because a lot of times, we know it, we feel it in our hearts to do certain things and it makes sense to us. And then yet, for whatever reason, we start doubting ourselves. What if it was the wrong thing? What if it wasn't the right choice? What if, stop. All I can tell you is for one and for always that if it feels right in your heart and you feel drawn to it and you feel very strongly about it, it's got to be the right thing. If it's not, it's going to feel off. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be like, I know it's probably a better thing, but I don't know. Too many questions, right? Let it go. So that brings me to tonight's topic. How do you know, right? Through intuition, because today I'm going to focus a little bit more on the spiritual coaching aspect of things, where it's about faith. And I don't mean religion. I mean, it's about faith. It's about trusting. It's about believing. It's about knowing, optimism, all of that great stuff. So, with those things in mind, that's where we're going. So tonight I want to talk about angels. I want to talk about guides. I want to talk about messages from the other side. All these things that help us to achieve our goals. Okay, and I know I've probably talked to all of you a million times about certain things I may bring up, but it's for the benefit of those who are just joining us now and checking out the podcast. So, first and foremost, I don't care what you believe in, whether you believe in God, a universe, a creator, something bigger than yourself, science, it doesn't matter, okay? Whatever your faith is, whatever your belief system is, it's fine. It's yours. And because I tell people all the time, I said, I actually researched it one day. How many religions are there? And Google came up with a few options to read. And I was reading one of the first ones I saw, 4,000. Okay. Yes, there are mainly like 4,000 different different belief systems. And it's like, oh my God, really? All you need is a few people to come up with a belief system and call themselves something in their own religion. Of course, the biggest one is Catholic, right? Because I think it's like 80% of the world or something is Catholic. I forget. And then of course you have Protestants and you have Muslims and you have Buddhists, people that do the Tao, and and then of course you have your non-believers of a God, atheists, and you have your scientific people, and again, like me, spiritual people, where I don't really connect with any given religion, but I do have many aspects that do connect with it, such as I was raised Catholic. I do not practice Catholic. I pretty much don't go along with a lot of what they do, my own choice. And again, but I do believe that there was someone named Jesus who was a human being who lived on this earth, who did the same kind of work that I do and a lot of people like me do. Okay? He was a healer. I'm a healer. I know lots of healers. To me, anybody who does Reiki or any type of energy work, it's the same thing. It really is. And some people may look at or listen to this and say, oh my God, who does she think she is, thinking she's as high as Jesus? I'm like, if you really think about it, religion put him up on this huge pedestal. All he was an activist, a healer, and someone who was totally in line with his faith. Right? That's how I look at it. If you look at it differently, that's fine too. I always say, people say, well, what religion's the right one? And I say all of them. So of course, isn't there a right one? No, there isn't. Everybody is allowed to have their own opinion, their own belief system of whatever they want. So tonight I'm going to talk about some things that you may not jive with, and that's okay. And if you don't, just toss it aside and take what you did get from this that agrees with you and go with it. That's all I can do. So when we talk about faith, it's trusting and believing that you're going to be okay. You're going to achieve what you're going to achieve. You're going to manifest what you want to manifest. No matter how down things seem or whatever, or out of sorts, whatnot, or you're going through a lot right now, having that faith will get you through. Because again, faith is positivity. When you sit there with the, I don't know if I can do this kind of thing, that's with the negative thing. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. It's not going to work out for me. I'm going to get the shit end of the stick. No matter how you look at, well, that's what you're putting out. That's what you're going to get back. So that goes to the law of attraction. Of course, law of attraction is a real thing, just like the law of gravity. So remember that. So it's basically whatever you put out is what you get back. So you can call it law of attraction. You can call it karma. You can call it energy. Okay. But one thing I like to do, and I have been doing for quite a long time now, is I have faith in God, the angels, the creator, the universe, my guides, my loved ones on the other side to help me and guide me to the right place, the right thing, the right person, whatever it may be. And when I'm going through something very hard, I have that trust and belief that everything will work out, and it will work out for my highest and best and the highest and best of everyone involved. Meaning that it may not be the outcome I want, but what you want and what you need are two different things. You will come to realize later that you may have wanted this outcome, but the universe helped you get to this outcome. And later you will notice that it is what it is. It worked out better. It's fine. It was the best for everybody involved, because again, you don't want everything for yourself without the regard of anybody else, no matter who that person is. Even like when I got divorced, it was like as angry as I was and what a terrible person I thought he was. I'm like, no, we're going to end this and it's going to work out perfectly and it's going to be fair for everyone involved. It's going to be better. It's going to be the best. It's going to be for my highest and best, but the highest and best for everyone involved. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to, jerk him around or make him lose out on things just so I could benefit. It's like, that's not how this works. Whatever's meant to be will be, and I trust and believe it will be. So how did I do that? Because again, when you're going through a tough situation, no matter what it is, whether it's a divorce or anything else, you get this sense of, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to have the money. Oh my God, what if I lose everything? What, and of course, in my divorce, and I'll use that as the example, I had a house. I had the building that Sisters of Solace is in. I have the Sisters of Solace with my sister. And of course, 3 children. And I'll get in middle school, going to go in high school and eventually college. And I'm like, how am I going to freaking do this on my own? Right? Because you think about it, I had 2 mortgages. A lot of responsibility, 3 children to worry about. And it was like, oh boy. And I had days, believe me, when I would sit there and go, forget it. I'm just going to have to sell my house. I'm not going to be able to hold both. What am I going to do? And I can't do this. And then, it was just like, for me, I call it my pity party. Because I would find that like by the next day or the day after that, I'd be like, no, I know what I want. I need to stand strong. I have to trust and believe that I can do this. And I know I can do this. I trust and believe that everything's going to work out perfectly. And I'm going to be able to take care of it all. And again, as much as you can get into that negative pity party, allow yourself to have it. It's part of the emotional process. You're a human being. You're going to have that. So do that. And then tell yourself, say, okay, you know what? No, I'm going to let that go because that's not my truth. That's not what I'm going for. That's not what I want to happen. You know what I mean? I want things to work out for me. I want to have my home so my kids continue to grow there until they move out. You know, I need to keep the building because that's where my business is. You know, I can do this. I've got this. This is going to work. I trust and believe it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fair, and it's all going to work. And I just kept pushing that through my head every day, every day, every day. Said it out loud if I had to, right? And it all worked out. It all worked out. I kept the house. I kept the building. I still have my business. Everything worked out. The kids stayed right through to college. The girls moved out right after graduation. I mean, literally right after graduation. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need the house anymore. Now I can sell the house, but I'm selling it because I want to. And I'm ready to. I'm ready to end that part of my life. That's got to go. And things happen, boom, 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 just like that. My house went on the market a week later. It was sold. 45 days later, I was out. And it all worked out. It all worked out. Why? Because I pushed myself. But I also added in, and this is the spiritual part, my angels. Because when I started feeling down and out and negative, Archangel Michael, please take this energy away from me. It's not mine. It's just my thoughts. Archangel Michael, please help me to let this go. It's not serving a purpose for me. Archangel Michael is the angel you call upon for that. You want strength, you need courage, you call on Archangel Michael. You want someone to help you find your groundedness. You need protection from bad energy, lower energies, whatever it may be. Archangel Michael, please protect me. Surround me in your beautiful bubble of blue light, okay? Help me to create a boundary between me and other people's energy because I keep absorbing everybody's stuff. He will help you do that. If you're feeling out of sorts and you need a sign, ask for one. So when the day my husband and I kind of just had this massive blowout, and I grabbed the kids, I said, get in the car, we're going for a ride, because I didn't want them in that environment. And we left, and I remember parking at a Dunkin' Donuts, and in my head all I kept thinking was, God, please help me. How am I going to do this? What is going to happen? God, please help me. That's all I kept thinking. And then all of a sudden, right in front of my car, I look up and a little white feather slowly floated right in front of my windshield and landed on the windshield wiper. And I went, oh my God, thank you. Thank you. It was like I needed a sign to show me everything was going to be okay. And there it was. When white feathers show up and they fall in front of you, or you're walking and you see them, I don't care if it's in your house and you know you have a down jacket or feathered pillows. That doesn't matter. If you see a feather in your home or on your person or outside, whatever it may be, you have to know that that feather was placed there for you. Because if it wasn't meant for you, you wouldn't have seen it. It would have blown away under the bed or under a couch or God knows where, right? And you wouldn't have seen it. So that day, that feather came down and I knew my angels were with me. When all was said and done and we already had lawyers and I'm like ready to go sign paperwork to get this things going, I was like, I am 99.9% sure this is what I'm doing. But you know what? I just want a validating sign that I'm doing the right thing. And if this is the right thing, I want a big white feather, not some tiny little thing from a jacket. I want a big white feather. And if I'm supposed to try one more thing to get this marriage to work, I will do it. Send me a heart. And I worked all day and I went home. And as soon as I walked in the house, my daughter yells, Mom, you're home. Quick, come here. I have something to show you. I found this outside for you. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, what did you find? I come around the corner into the kitchen and then she's standing there with a white feather this big. Now I'm telling you, in Westport, there are no big white birds like this in my backyard. Okay? No. Unless, a big, I don't know, peacock came by and dropped a feather, which they're not even the same feathers. I'm like, I can't even imagine what it could have been from. So I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. You ask, you get. I've been in a bad mood going through the situations of my divorce, and just remember feeling angry, having one of my pity party days and saying, oh my God, I'm just so angry. When is this all going to end? And it's like, it's almost like I was mad at God, mad at the divine, mad at everybody. And I was like, what the freak? You know, it was like, you just want to scream. And all I heard in my head was, look left. And I was like, what? And I was at a stoplight, and I turned and I look left, and I was like, okay, fine. I got it. I'll shut up. There was a billboard, and the whole billboard was black, and in white letters it had the word forgive. That's it. Nothing else on the billboard but the word forgive, which means let it go. Because when we hold on so tight, when's this going to happen? How is it going to happen? When is this going to be over? Why won't this be over? When you hold on so tight, you're trying to control things. And what happens is you're stopping the energy from moving. Therefore, things are harder to get through. So if you find yourself like that, Archangel Michael, help me to let this go. It's not my energy. Help me to have patience. Help me to release. Help me to let go. Help me to allow things to unfold as they need to. Because we do that, you know. It's, you know, one thing I can always say, 2 questions that people ask that there's really not a big answer to is how and when. Okay? How is not your job. I learned this from my good friend Carrie when we were learning different things through her teaching. And it was like, when you catch yourself saying, but how, do this. Stop. How is not your job. And it's not. All you're supposed to do is put it out there. Please help me to find what I need. And then follow your signs, follow your gut, follow your intuition, follow the signs, the messages, all of those things. You know, it's like, well, I would really love a new job. I need a new opportunity to, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden an opportunity shows up. You go, I don't know if that's really an opportunity for me. I don't know if that's a sign. I don't know. Yes, if it's falling in front of you, yes. Pay attention. You know, it may be one of the steps you need to take. Maybe that one is not the one, but you need to take those steps towards that one to get to the next one. Okay? Move the energy. Make things happen. All right? So Archangel Michael, again, he's fears, doubts, worries. Help me to let those go. He's about strength. He's about courage. He's about protection. He's about groundedness. He is about helping you find your space, your foundation, where you belong. Okay? Moving on, healing. Okay, now we all have healing to go through, whether it's physical healing, you got a cold, you got a bump, you got a bruise, you got a broken arm, whatever it is. We also have mental healing, emotional healing, right? We go through grief, all these different things. When you need healing, Archangel Raphael, his color is green. So when I'm doing Reiki on people, I always envision the color green moving into whatever space that they need healing the most. And if I don't know what it is at the moment, as soon as I sense it during a session, boom, green healing, green light, green light, green light, green light. So emotional healing, mental healing, physical healing, whatever, spiritual healing, right? Because sometimes we have spiritual trauma, religious trauma, you know, help me to heal whatever it is you need. Even if it's just something in the moment, Archangel Raphael, please help me to heal this anger I'm holding right now over the argument I just had with so-and-so. He will help you do that. He will help you do that. Call him for any healing that you need, even if you're praying for someone. You know, you could be praying, doing your prayers and saying, oh, you know, prayers for whoever because they're sick and they have this and that, and we pray that they get through it okay. Archangel Raphael, please help my friend so-and-so to heal, to get through what they're going through. Help them to ease their pain, ease their discomfort. Help them to get through their treatments quickly and easily. Help them with whatever they need, okay? Other than angels, Mother Mary, okay? Everybody's like, ooh, the Blessed Mother, you can't bug her. Of course you can. She is everybody's mother. That's how I look at her, right? She is a big heart-centered person. She is all about that heart chakra. She's all about love. She's all about compassion. So when you are feeling a lot of grief in your heart, yes, Archangel Raphael, help me to heal my grief. But Mother Mary, and place your hands over your heart. Mother Mary, please help my heart to heal. Let me feel your love and compassion. Help me to mend my broken heart. Help me to feel love again. Help me to love myself. Those are all the different things that you can bring up. Because grief is not just about losing someone who died. Grief is about losing a job, losing a friendship, losing a relationship, anything that you lose. Maybe you want somebody who started a business and you loved what you did, but it just didn't work out for you. You have to grieve that as well. When there's a big loss like that, it is grieving. So get through your grieving. Call on her. Envision green light or pink light all around your heart. This big circle of light, like right on your chest. When you place your hands on your chest, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. Mother Mary, let me feel your touch. Let me feel your healing. Let me feel your love. Guaranteed your hands start to heat up and vibrate. And you can feel it on you. Going back to being able to feel something, when I talked about Archangel Raphael, being the healing angel that he is, if you are working on your intuition and you want to work on your third eye and you want it clear and open so that you can see better, meaning seeing within your mind, seeing in your dreams, seeing things outside of yourself, not being clouded. Place your right hand on your forehead, palm on your forehead, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask Archangel Raphael, please place your right hand on my forehead and it'll help me to clear, heal, and open my third eye chakra. Same thing. You'll feel your hand heat up. You'll feel vibration tingling on your forehead. He is helping you. You ask, they help. Okay? Angels are there to help you anytime you need. That is their job. Their job is to help humanity. So even with the crazy going on in the world today, I ask the angels to please come down and help with the craziness that's going on right now. Help bring some positive energy to everybody, love to everybody, fairness to everybody. Help to bring whatever you're asking for, okay? So we did Michael, we did Raphael, we did Mother Mary. You can ask Jesus to come and help you. He is one of my main figures that when I'm doing a Reiki session, it's Raphael, Michael, and Mother Mary, and then Jesus. Thank you for being at the feet, because for me, that's where he stands in my room, is he's always with his hands under the people's feet. And he holds the feet while I'm doing the rest. And that's how I see it. Okay? So thank you, Jesus, for being here, because he's a healer, right? Who's a better healer than him? Nobody. We're all healers. You can be a healer, So yeah, I call him to help with the healing. There's another angel that we can call upon, Jophiel. Okay, there's a bunch, but I'm going to do a few this evening. Jophiel is the archangel who helps us with beauty. And I don't mean gorgeousness and, makeup and, it is the beauty that you are. Help me to see myself in a way that I know how beautiful I am without making excuses, without being negative, help me to see my own beauty, okay? And help me to see the beauty within everybody. Because again, beauty is not all out here. It's in here. You can be the most gorgeous person the world has ever seen and still be a bitch or an ass, okay? Just because you look good doesn't mean it is good. Again, don't judge a book by its cover. So think about that. Help me to see my beauty. Help me to be a beautiful person inside and out. Help me to share that beauty with other people. Okay? Jophiel is also the person the angel that you call upon, Archangel Jophiel. Please help me to recall my dreams when I wake up. Make my dreams vivid and clear so I can recollect them when I wake up. All right? Because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I had dreams, but I wake up and then I lose it. Ask Archangel Jophiel to help you recollect your dreams when you wake, and may they be clear and vivid. This will help, okay? Because she is also helping with the vision piece as well. Archangel Raziel, he is the chakra, I call him the chakra king. That's just my nickname for him. But I have him coming when I do Reiki sessions as well. Archangel Raziel, please bring the colors down to this person. May they receive the red in the root chakra, the orange in the sacral chakra, the yellow in the solar plexus, the green in the heart, the blue in the throat, the indigo in the third eye, and the violet in the crown chakra. And may all their chakras be healed and balanced. And may they spin their energy in the direction they're supposed to. And may they feel their energy flowing continuously. Like whatever comes up that I want to say, that's how I say it. There's no right or wrong way. Okay. As long as it's healing and it's moving and it's doing its thing, that's what we want. So that's Raziel. There's other archangels as well. Sometimes I just ask angels. I say, angels, please come in and help. And sometimes in my vision, my third eye vision, as I'm doing a Reiki session, I'm very meditative. I do hand placements and I just close my eyes and I just go with whatever comes to me. And lots of times I will see something in my mind's eye and I'll see an angel come over and place their hand on someone. And then it's almost like they took something and they walked off with it. And it was like, okay. And then when I get done with a Reiki session, I asked the person how they feel. They were like, what the heck was that? And I'm like, what? They said, I know I felt your hands over here, but yet I felt someone else's hands over here. And then I felt like something was pulled out of me. That happens. Many times that happens. Whatever it was a block of some sort or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't know the specifics right here. I usually try to let go of things that happen in my sessions. So this way when the person comes back in, I go in with a fresh mind. Because once you get to know somebody so well, it's like, I don't want people to think I'm just making up stories because I know their lifestyle. You know what I mean? I want to only hold on to what I need to, release the rest, and have a fresh eyes and a fresh mind when they come in to see me. So yes, so you can just call on angels, okay? Sometimes loved ones come in. Loved ones can help you all the time. My mom comes by with 555. My dad is 777. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. There's other things that come up. Like one time, my grandfather on my dad's side, his name was Clarence. And that's a very old name. You don't hear that anymore. And all of a sudden, I remember a day not too long back, it was like the name Clarence came up and I was like, what? Like, oh, okay. You must be around. Okay. It is what it is. Yeah, so they have their ways of showing me that they're with me. Sometimes I dream about them, which is, I always love that. I always love having a nice dream with mom or dad or whatnot. So now moving into the dream part, okay, this is where you want Jophiel to help you have full, clear recollection of your dreams. Because a lot of times, and I'm sure you've probably said it, I had this dream, but I'm telling you, it was so real. It's like they were right there. When you're saying that, that's because that's what that was. It wasn't a dream. It was a visit. When your loved ones come and visit you, it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. And when you make the connection with them, and I know I know what everybody's talking about because I've done it with my dad. I remember having a dream with my dad, and in the dream, he came into the room and he came over to hug me. And I remember putting my arms around him, but saying, don't squeeze because he's a ghost. You'll go right through. And I just remember feeling his energy and I could feel his hands touching my back as he was hugging me. And when I woke up, that sensation was still there. That was so vivid and so strong. I know it was a visit, I've had many dreams with my mom, same thing. Not where she's hugged me or touched me, but it's been very vivid. And I know it's a visit and not just a dream. My mom, on the other hand, she doesn't touch me in dreams. She touches me in real life. Sometimes she's helping me out during readings, and all of a sudden I get this like tingling sensation, like if you run your fingernails up the side of your head, and it's like, ooh, like a little tingle. That's my mom. That's what she does to me. So I know, like, okay, mom's here. Gotcha. Thank you. And sometimes it's her way of bringing something through for me for that person that I'm reading, because maybe it's very similar to something I've gone through, my mom's gone through, or something, and it relates. So she comes through like, hey, it's me. Right now you're talking about this. Pay attention. And I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah. So I mean, there's guardian angels, I call them regular angels, sorry. Archangels, there's I mean, it goes on and on and on. You can read about angels until you're blue in the face. There's so many, everybody has written about angels, that there's many different levels of angels. You have those angels that are like, oh my God, as big as major statues. And their job is not to watch over us, but the world. Okay. And their job is to intervene when needed. So who knows? Maybe this year they'll intervene. That would be a nice thing. Although sometimes, something bad has to happen in order for things to get better. So be mindful of that as well. This reminds me, sorry, the reason why I'm doing this with my nose, it tickles. That's Archangel Michael. Michael likes to hug you with his feathers, his wings. And when he does, the feathers can sometimes tickle your nose. And I've done readings and I'm like, doing this. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then there's a little scratch over here, a little something over here. Because I can feel the tickling of the feathers. So if you've ever felt that, that's what that is. When your angels are connecting with you or your intuition is kicking in, how many of you out there, and I'm sure all of you are going to go, me, have had one of your ears, one or the other, all of a sudden have this high pitch, like, whoa, right? Just kind of catch you. Somebody's downloading some information. And I know somebody out there but it's tinnitus. Tinnitus is usually both ears. And tinnitus is usually constant. It's not just out of the blue. There's times I'm doing readings and I say something so on point, like with precision, like somebody downloaded some information that I said something exactly as this person would know it. And they're like, oh my God, how did you know that? And I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. It validates. It validates. So that high-pitched tone that you hear in one ear is usually somebody, an angel or guide, downloading some information for you. So it doesn't mean you're going to know what it is in the moment. It kind of like sometimes it just gets stored back here. And when it's time, it'll come to the front and you'll be like, oh my God, this is what I need to do. Okay? So just be mindful of that as well. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that you can do. Angels are there, again, to help us. They're there to help humanity, okay? Now, I've had clients say to me, oh my God, I think I've asked too many times. I feel like they're not talking to me anymore, okay? It's not that you've asked too many times. It's because you're not giving them the chance to do the job, okay? So it's like, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. I want this to happen. I tell people all the time, okay, think about this. You go to a restaurant and your server comes over and they say, are you ready to order? Okay, think of your angel. What do you need? And you say, yes, I will have the soup. Okay, your angel says, what do you need? I need a new place to live. Okay, so now you go back to the restaurant, thinking of the restaurant. You've ordered your soup. The server leaves. Your angel asked you what you wanted. You told them. Off they go to do their thing. Now, are you going to chase a server around the restaurant going, I want soup, I want soup, I want soup, I want soup, where's my soup? No. You're going to sit patiently and wait for the server to bring the soup, right? Your angel is doing their job in the background, helping to line things up so you can find a new place to live. So every day you don't have to go, I really want a new place to live. I want a new place to live. I want a new place to live. Did anybody hear me? I don't think they're listening to me. Have patience, okay? Ask and then let go and allow things to unfold as they need to. It's just like when we moved from down the street in that small office we had to this big office, big space. My gosh. It was like, same thing. It was like, okay, this is what I'm asking for. And it was like, driving around, looking up things online. It's like nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden it was like, I want to go look at that house that's up off, off 88. So my sister was like, all right. I had no intentions of buying it, but I felt like I needed to go look at it. Because back then, at the time, 15 years ago, that property was $700,000, which back then was, a bit much. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend that kind of money, so why am I here? Why? Because I followed my instincts. I followed my feelings. And I went to go see that. And as much as it didn't work out at all for us, the real estate agent that was selling that was also selling the building Sisters is in. So I followed it. That's how things happen. You know, it's not just like magic wand, poof, and there you go. Here's your new place to live. You got to sometimes follow the guidance, follow the messages, follow the feelings. So therefore, when we went to look at the building, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything was perfect. Even the signs, 3 signs came in while we were there. A hawk flew by us. An angel flag was hanging. A dragonfly flew by. Mind you, it was the month of December, and a dragonfly flew by. So, yeah, that was weird. I'm done. I got my signs. I want it. That's it. But again, it was asking the angels, please help us to find this, this, and this. Okay? So if you want to practice working with your angels, working with the angels, okay, just ask for things. But I always say, ask for the things you want with gratitude and tell them why you want it. You know, if you start practicing, when next time you go to the mall or you go to, I don't care, the grocery store, whatever it is, angels, please help me to find a parking space right in the front so I can get in and get out quickly. Guaranteed, when you get there will be a parking spot. If not, somebody will be about to leave as you approach in the front. So, start with that. Start with other little things, you know. Then start adding in bigger things. They're there to help us, so why not ask? Again, if you're asking with gratitude and telling them why you want it, you know, I could say, I want $500. Yeah, okay, good for you. But if I say, you know, I could really use an extra $500 because I've been working so hard, I feel like I need a break. I feel, you know, my energy feels depleted. I could just really use some time alone and away from everything and everyone. I would just love $500 so I could go away for a weekend. Then bing, bang, boom, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And then off you go. I've done that a million times. I felt the need to go to the Hay House convention in New York City at the Javits Center. And I felt so strongly about it. I'm like, I'm going to go. I got to go. I got to go. And I didn't think twice about how much it was going to cost, which was weird. But it was like, I got the tickets. I got the hotel. We drove up there. I parked the car, which I knew was going to cost money. So between parking the car, going to the convention, buying food, because you got to eat. Of course, we're 2 blocks from Times Square. So, of course, you got to go there. And then, of course, you do a little shopping and, you know, whatever. By the time the weekend was done, I had spent $700. And I'm like, it's okay. I don't care. Because it's going to come back to me. I know it's going to come back to me. But I came because I felt I needed to be here. 4 days after coming back from the convention, I got a check in the mail from the dentist saying that the insurance company decided to pay for my daughter's teeth extraction after all. That's a whole nother story. Baby teeth didn't want to move, so they had to go. But anywho, so I spent 7, got back 9. Okay, thank you. It all works out. One way or the other, it works out. So trust and believe. Everything will work out as it's supposed to. Trust and believe how the process is unfolding. Because you may not see the end, the end game of your situation, but they know what's going on. You know, when I tell you they know everything that's going to happen from the time you're born till the time you die, they do. So if they're guiding you to the left, don't go, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go right. It's like, oh my gosh, listen to them. Trust your instincts. Do not go against your gut. You will get there. Whatever it is you're going through or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, right? Whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever it might be. Trust and believe it's going to be there. It's going to happen. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be for your highest and good. It's going to be for the highest and good of everyone involved, better than you could ever imagine. And it will be. So even if you can't see it right now, trust and believe you will see at the finish line why everything went the way it went. Because sometimes things have to go through shit to come out smelling like roses on the other side. Believe me, I know. I've seen it happen. Just when you think, oh God, this isn't going to work out, trust and believe, because all of a sudden everything flips and you go, okay, now I see why this had to play out the way it did. Because then it got that negative aspect that you were fighting with out of the way so you could move. Trust, believe, have faith. Ask your angels to help you. And if you want to learn more about angels, by all means, you can always ask me. And if you have angels that, if you have specific situations and you don't know who to ask, it doesn't matter. Just angels, I need your help. And the angels will be there. They don't care if you ask for them by name or if you're just like, I need help. They will be there, okay? So with that being said, I think that's where I'm going to draw the line for this evening. It's about spirituality. It's about faith. It's about trust. It's about believing. It's about positivity. It's about purpose. It's about angels and guides and loved ones, signs and messages, all of it together. So keep those in your heart. Keep them strong. And to end this tonight, here we go. Pause, right? Because when we're trying to make things happen, again, don't fight, don't push, don't control. Just offer to them what it is you need or want, and then pause. And when you feel something, jump on it. You see something, jump on it. When you're feeling inclined to move, move. But let go and allow. And you'll be fine. So there's your week of angel work, okay? And by all means, if you guys have angel cards or oracle cards of any sort, keep a deck around, every day. What do we need to know today? And you just crack it open. Reward, right? When you do your homework, you get rewarded. When you trust and believe, you get rewarded. Yeah, you want signs? There it is, okay? So talk to your angels. Talk to whoever it is you talk to. Put it out there. Keep your heart open. Trust and believe. It's going to be great. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you next week.